For over 150 years, Singapore Turf Club, or STC, had two homes. First, Racecourse Road, and then the 97-hectare Bukit Timah. Considered one of the best racetracks at the time, Bukit Timah became a frequent haunt for some.
I would go to races with my wife. We always come together, sometimes have wine together, sit down there, relax. When races were held in Bukit Timah, at that time, the crowd, you have 20,000 to 30,000. You hardly got a place to walk. You can't get a place to sit.
Bukit Timah Racecourse was designed in colonial times. Its age and limitations began to show.
When it rains, sometimes too heavy, then they cancel the race. The track was not too good. The horse, the leg can be stuck into the earth by about a foot. They can fracture their legs. Then the jockey fall down. How?
Bukit Timah Racecourse was also infamous for another reason.
Wow, traffic jam. All the way, traffic jam. Every weekend, on the way down there, you get jammed. When you come back, you get jammed. So I think the residents down there also very unhappy. Weekends and all that. You park along Swiss Club Road, they go and call police. You go and park along the side road, and you block people, somebody will carry your car, they will lift your car and put it into the drain.
For a small country like Singapore, land is a premium. During colonial times, urban development was built from the city centre. This led to congestion and overcrowding. In 1971, the Rain Plan was developed to combat this and to address the country's growing population. The plan was for towns in Singapore to be linked to each other and the city by the MRT and expressways. By 1991, Singapore's population grew to 3.1 million. To cope, the city was divided into 5 regions: Central, North, Northeast, East, and West to spur urban developments. In the north was Woodlands, where Kranji sits. In 1993, with the Bukit Timah Racecourse desperately needing improvements, the club decided it needed a new home. It chose Kranji. The vast, undeveloped land was perfect for STC's bold plans.
The Bukit Timah site has its limitations because as the racecourse grew, facilities like stables were added on in a haphazard manner. To work on the existing sites is actually more challenging. In Kranji, we could do all the things that we think would be best for a brand new racecourse. So we have planned in such a way that the grandstand is very near to the public transport. Secondly, the Bukit Timah site. The horses were paraded in the parade ring at the extreme end of the grandstand, which is out of sight to a lot of racegoers. It is an integral part of the experience of the horse walk and the racetrack is one. The deadline cannot be shifted because Singapore has committed to an international race. So it's like the Olympics, you cannot delay, right?
Midway through construction, the Asian financial crisis hit.
Thailand floats the baht in a bid to revive the economy. That sent shockwaves through Asian currency markets.
It led to massive currency devaluations and bankruptcies across the region. The construction company involved in building STC was not spared.
That was very tough because when you don't have workers, things don't get done. So those were stressful moments. I had to tell the club chairman that we are in trouble. But I think he understood that we have certain limits. But he still told me, you better finish the project.
Kranji Racecourse is both a racing and training venue. It sits on 124 hectares with 7 tracks for racing and training, along with facilities to house up to 1,600 horses. Its construction was a massive undertaking.
In the most stressful moments, I will tell my wife, this project takes away a few years of my life.
With the odds against them, completing the racecourse became a race against time.
I had to coordinate about 20 sub-consultants.
They ranged from consultants specializing in structural, electrical, and landscaping. Even niche fields like racetracks and turf.
We worked very closely as a team. I think the teamwork was so good that it did make a difference.
Despite a challenging start, the team delivered the Kranji Racecourse in time for a pre-opening in 1999.
We had our late ex-president, Mr. Wee Kim Wee, was here.
We were all very happy that the day has come. The lights were on, lots of drama, celebration. Halfway through the races,
I think it was about 7:30 p.m. Suddenly, power outage.
We were initially very annoyed. Why must you have a power failure right now? No?
immediately we got into action to check what went wrong. But every time we turn on the switch, the thing tripped again. So eventually we were told that there was a power surge. And it took some time before we resumed the power and things went back to normal.
Thankfully, this setback was the last. On March 4, 2000, Kranji Racecourse officially opened its doors. It quickly gained an international reputation as one of the best.
I came here in 2007 and I just went, wow. There's not too many training facilities I know of in the world where you would have a choice of 7 tracks to work your horses in the morning, everything at your back door. It's all here.
Even long-time fans were impressed.
So Kranji is definitely 10 times better than the Bukit Timah. Many, many times better. Wow. Right now, you have an MRT station, I can drive here, and the car park down here is so big.
Sweet and sour holding on. Limstream Walker, sweet and sour. Just takes it out. From Limstream.
The highlight for racegoers was the grandstand.
The requirement for the grandstand was not to have interrupted views towards the racetrack. We also have to orientate the track against the sun so that when the horses run towards the home stretch, they do not face the western sun, otherwise it will blind their sights.
It even designed areas to celebrate the sport's biggest star, the horse.
The shape of the curve was inspired by the silhouette of the horses. The head of the horse is towards the left, is the back, and then curving down to give the impression of horses racing. The parade ring is a place for the spectators to view the horses and take a walk through the horse walk into the racetrack for the actual race.
My main role is as head of tracks, ensuring the track is in pristine condition. In Singapore, we get a lot of rain and we need to drain out as quickly as possible. So the tracks are all-weather tracks.
A quality racetrack requires the right composition of soil, known as a profile.
You can compare the profile as a cake. The grass is icing, the profile is the cake. So the cake has got good ability to withstand the horse's demand and also coping with the climatic condition. We conducted about 1,000 trials with horses, pounding on the ground again and again. Each horse weighs about 500 kg. The horse hoof is fixed with iron shoe, and this shoe will be acting on the ground like a knife. So the ground has to withstand this kind of pressure.
Welcome along for a magnificent hour and a half of international horse racing coming
With
up.
its premier racetracks, STC went on to host some of the region's biggest races.
A significant milestone was the $3 million Singapore Airlines International Cup in 2000. And as luck would have it, the race was won by Singapore's very own Uzo. I remember Simon Dumont blaring into the microphone.
Hi Mom, I love you Mom.
It was yet another magical moment for Singapore racing.
Apart from winning championships, STC's equine facilities became a big draw for horse owners across the region.
Horse management is the day-to-day care of our horses so that they can provide an optimum performance during races.
STC's full range of facilities include the only equine hospital in Singapore, along with an X-ray center and a modern laboratory for health screenings. It's not just all work for racehorses. They get to enjoy a little recreation too.
Don't you know that horses love to swim? It's less than 2 minutes or so, and they usually swim in the morning and in the afternoon as part of their routine exercise.
While Singapore Turf Club is known for all things associated with horses, the club also has a long history of helping change the lives of people. At Kranji Racecourse, Singapore Turf Club, or STC, operated horse racing at international standards, while equally dedicated to fostering social cohesion and strengthening communities.
Tote Board, as a statutory board under the Ministry of Finance, oversees our subsidiaries, Singapore Post and Singapore Turf Club.
Let's give a round of applause for the handsome donation from Singapore Turf Club.
Together, we are able to work to support worthy causes in the community.
The surplus from gaming revenue is channeled to the Tote Board to give out as grants.
At the heart of all that we do, we want to put money behind good ideas that can solve real-world problems.
One of the grants is the Enabling Lives Initiative, which supports projects that promote innovation and education to vulnerable persons. One such recipient is the Diverse Abilities Dance Collective.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I done many years at special school. I performed many different places. Passenger reality show in 2023. After that, I performed National Day concert in 2024. Also, overseas, my name is Huang Jiayin, a founding member of DAGC. 5. I bought of the year of the horse. The horses race very fast and look like a lead dancer.
Would you like to meet a horse?
Yes.
For Tia Ying, who is a horse lover, STC arranged for an unforgettable afternoon with a special kind of horse. Starter hack horses are former race horses. They help people safely learn about these animals.
I go with you? Okay, he won't bite, yeah? He's nice. Okay, just touch, yep. Yeah, it's okay. Come. Touch. Yeah, see? He's so gentle.
Yeah.
See, the eyes are brown, see? Pretty, right?
Yeah. Horses is very strong, brave, grateful, very amazing, very strong, very tall, like us. Okay, I'm fine.
For years, STC has been steadfast in supporting community and social causes. The club did not waver even in the face of a declining race attendance. In 2020, the situation took an unexpected turn.
Singapore has identified 10 suspect cases of the novel coronavirus. 7 of those have been ruled out, while 3 are still being tested.
COVID-19 forced Singapore into a lockdown, hitting businesses hard. But STC turned its facilities to good use.
The first instinct is we have to do our part to ensure our migrant workers are safe.
It turned areas like its multi-story car park and parts of the riding center into temporary dormitories. In the first year of the pandemic, STC housed nearly 3,000 migrant workers. As the pandemic eased in 2023, a bigger piece of news broke.
A Singapore Turf Club employees say they were sad and disappointed to hear of the impending closure of the racecourse at a town hall meeting this afternoon.
We were saddened by the news. But I told myself I shouldn't be taken back by this, and the Turf Club was looking after me very well, and they equipped me with a lot of knowledge. It's an opportunity for me now to venture out in the market.
So what will become of the Kranji Racecourse?
Kranji Racecourse sits on a piece of land about 120 hectares. This is roughly 15% of the Bishan New Town. The piece of land could possibly accommodate housing, public facilities, community facilities, institutions, sports and recreation.
The final race meeting at the Singapore Turf Club on the 5th of October will honour its employees and its 182-year history. It will feature 10 races, culminating with the 100th and final Grand Singapore Gold Cup.
Preparations kicked into high gear. No detail was too small to honour STC's 182-year-old legacy.
You know, it was very stressful. In the last couple of weeks, we had a lot of rain.
There's been a lot of work within the club to make this day the best version that we can make it.
The historic day arrived. 10 races that symbolized STC's heritage. At the pinnacle, the Grand Singapore Gold Cup to honor the club's legacy.
It's my first time here. I feel quite excited, to see this place. Yeah.
It's going to be a memorable occasion for me to see the last race, especially the Gold Cup in Singapore.
No one wanted to disappoint the 10,000-strong crowd. The day went off without a hitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an extraordinary day we have ahead of us. Our first showcase race honors William Henry McLeod-Reed, who introduced horse racing to Singapore.
STC saluted the sport, racing community, and horses with the 1843 Colonel Cup. The Singapore Turf Club trophy honored the people who contributed to the club's success over the years.
It's our celebration, past and present, and I'm just proud. I'm so proud of it.
The club celebrated prominent racing talents by naming 3 cups after them. Yong Tao Yin, a champion local trainer who broke into a field dominated by Westerners. Abdul Mawi, the first local jockey to win the Singapore Gold Cup in 1958. And Magdalene Tan, who broke gender barriers as Singapore's first local female jockey.
In years to come down memory lane, we will be telling our children we were part of this history.
Kranji's historic moments were also recognized. The Red Numbers Cup symbolized the club's commitment to the arts and community. And the S.R. Nathan Cup to honor the former president's steadfast support of local horse racing.
Rocket Man is back to where he belongs.
True to its goal of elevating Singapore on the world racing map, the penultimate cup was named after Rocket Man, the first and only local horse to win an international race. As the day drew to a close, celebrations were in full swing.
I think it's very well organized today, and I think they have done a wonderful job for this particular farewell.
The day's main attraction arrived with fanfare.
Starter lets them go.
It was not only the 10th and last race, but also the pinnacle of Singapore horse racing.
Lim South Torre, they go to the line. I think Smart Stars won the Grand Gold Cup.
The Grand Singapore Gold Cup, a 100-year-old race, celebrating the spirit of the sport, the ties it forged, and the impact on the nation. A fitting testament to Singapore Turf Club's enduring legacy.